Yeah, we have to be. It was a tough week. The outcome was not what we wanted. So we got to ask yourself why. Yeah. You're going to have to ask why you won, why you lost, and address it and get better. I think we know it was two tough games, but we expected to win and we didn't. So our guys, to answer your question, yeah, they're confident. We've just got to dig down deeper, find ways to get better, but we don't have any lack of confidence in our ability or what kind of team we are by losing this week. It's we want to fix it. We want to get better. We want to get back in the win column, and that's the way we worked yesterday. We approached it. Everything was positive, energetic, with a little edge. Because you have to have a little edge. Whether you win or lose, you got to maintain that edge in this league. It's just insanity with 8 of us ranked in the top 25.
Sam mentioned that one of the takeaway from Saturday is you guys can't get away from what you do. What does that look like?
Really defensively. We've lost track of some of the little things we do defensively, and it cost us 2 points here, 2 points there, 2 points there. A transition D that we weren't on the help line and they got a dunk. We went under a flare. We should be going over a flare. Just a bunch of little stuff like that just added up. We got to get back to coveting the possession by possession little things that go into being a very good defensive team. And then with that, we got to ramp up our activity with our hands. We were creating a lot of turnovers, or when we did create them, we were turning them into baskets. And we just haven't been as active with our hands for whatever reason, to get in deflections, being aggressive. We got to get to that. We got to get some stops and some turnovers so we can run. It's not gambling. It's not like gambling defense, but it's just solid at what we do to try to create some aggressiveness and some transition points.
You've mentioned toughness a couple of times. How do you bring toughness into practice?
Well, the thing about the toughness is almost a mentality of you can't let your offense dictate your defense. And that's what I think toughness is. That toughness is not, hey, you miss a couple shots, or your teammate misses you on a one more pass. You can't let that affect your defense. Nothing can affect your defense. Nothing. That's toughness. We've got to maintain an intensity, possession by possessions, no matter what happens on the offensive end. And we've proven that has been able to help us win games. And I do think that has slipped in. I think that's what our guys and what we're talking about as toughness is that. Don't let anything, your shot, a turnover, a bad call, nothing should affect your tenacity, your toughness on defense.
Porter, what do you think of Luke's minutes on Saturday? It seemed like he gave you guys some big stuff.
He did. Obviously you can lean towards him making the 2 shots, but what I liked is even in the first half, he looked comfortable. He looked like the moment wasn't afraid of the moment, and that was the sign that I saw. Because you can sell, and I thought he embraced the moment. He caught, he dribbled, he went uphill on a DHO, passed it, snapped it, and he just looked like he was ready mentally. And I always say, when your mind's right, your game's right. And when you're aggressive, and then he popped up and hit the 2 shots. So we felt good in the first half. We said at halftime, Luke looked comfortable in that first half. And then he sure as heck came in and hit 2 nice shots for us. So we can build on it. One of the things is always matchups defensively, and that's something. But I think as you get into this Big 12, there's some matchups that I think he's going to be able to really help us, and only helps us because he's a weapon. He can really shoot that thing.
When you look at Scout West Virginia, how unique is it to have this many key pieces come online later in the season?
Yeah.
How much difference?
That's a whole other discussion about the NCAA. Very good players. Farrakhan and Battle are 2, upper-level Big 12 players that they got eligible the last 6-7 games. Battle's averaging 20, Farrakhan's averaging 12. Absolutely are bucket getters. They can go get the basket, and they both can go off the dribble. They both can shoot the 3. Really impressed. They're very, very good, and I think they're really tough. Sozinski, they're all tough, and they're guards. I think Carissa gives you a playmaking guard that absolutely is. You can't fall asleep. He's throwing dimes all over the court. But they combine a toughness, and then these 2 guys that they batted late here. Farrakhan and Battle are just offensive. They can really go get it. And they're high-level scorers, and we've got to be on our best defensively.
You saw Texas, they really ran at the free throw count there. What do you do to make sure you're staying in front and not getting them to the line?
That's toughness, is defense without fouling, the discipline without fouling. They draw a lot of fouls, and we got to be on that, not being, sloppy with reaching and reach for the lights, and they do a very good job. They're physical, so we've got to play great defense without fouling.
They changed coaches, but they didn't go out of the family, so to speak.
Yeah.
So are they the same team, press and?
They're pressing some, but not as much. But they're the same team in terms of physical, defensively. Absolutely smashing on the glass. Just everything is physical. Some of the same actions it is, but they've got that mentality. Just watching their games in the league, and it's the same physical mentality.
You talk about being aggressive, but keeping your hands in motion, things like that. How do you gone about coaching that the last couple of days when it comes to trying to force more turnovers?
Coaching the offense.
Well, the defense, like on the court with trying to keep your hands moving, force more turnovers.
We were really charting deflections yesterday. And we know how many, when we get deflections, that's something that's good. And then we were calling reach in dumb fouls. Like if you have an undisciplined foul, we were calling it and they were running. You got to get disciplined. Just reach in silly fouls, lazy fouls. You got to know the rules. You got to slide your feet, you got to show the hands. They want to call the hand check. And we just really emphasizing that part of it because they're very good. They're physical, and they try to draw fouls, and they do a good job of it. So that's the main thing. And for us, just nothing like changing the script. Just getting back to what really, we need to get more stops. Let's just be that. When you can't run if you're not getting stops, and we got to be better defensively and get back to the little things defensively.
Students are back. How fun is that going to be to have them in Lloyd Noble?
Oh, I'm really excited that the students are back. Sometimes you're playing 3 games during Christmas break without the students. So I know the weather, they got off school today, so they should be nice and rested to come to the game. But man, I can't wait to see the students and the student body in that student section and all the fans. I hope they come out and it's a huge game for us, and they make a difference.
I know you've talked about it a few times, but in that regard, how do you feel like things have gone as far as building that up?
Last game, the Iowa State. We've had some of the biggest student crowds of the year. The Providence game. Iowa State, for no students here being a sellout, it's going in the right direction. They make a difference, and you just got to keep going. There's some good promotional things. I think everybody loves the $2 beers and concessions. So we got $2 beers going. That's got to be a nice little thing. And I try to control what I control. I got hit on social media that there wasn't enough beer stands, so there's going to be more beer stands at the game tomorrow. So people don't have to worry about $2 beers having to wait in line. Hopefully, so just always trying to do what we can do to get the big crowds into Lloyd Noble.